Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex from Fitment Industries, and we are at SEMA 2018, and we've decided to figure out what Accuair's Endo CVT system thing actually looks like and why it's so cool and why we just think it's the tightest shit on earth. So we're gonna go into it just a little bit because they decided to cut one open so that we can actually look at it. We're gonna talk about some of the features, some of the things that make it what it is, and then why it's so cool. So if you guys wanna just jump in, first off, we're gonna talk about like what this is. So if you're looking at it, this is your compressor. Now the reason that it stays the way that it is and the reason it's so quiet is actually it has a double like oscillation system, and that's a really fancy way of saying, so when it's moving around inside the chamber, it actually has a system that keeps it like almost just kind of hovered inside the actual bracket system, and it alleviates a ton of the noise and the issues that you traditionally hear on your normal compressor, because if you have a normal compressor, you know exactly what it sounds like, and it's terrible. So it's on right now. So that's essentially what this does right here, which is pretty neat. Now you might be thinking, wow, that's a pretty good chunk of space inside this tank. It's a 5-gallon tank. How much space does that take up? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have a 5-gallon tank and then have 4 gallons of it cluttered up by wiring and all that sort of stuff. So this actually only takes up 10% of your airspace on a 5-gallon tank. Now the cool thing about this though is this. This is actually a 200 PSI system, so what it's going to do is actually going to fill up the tank much faster than your typical 150, 125 pound sort of compressor. So ultimately you have a difference in terms of like speed and in terms of getting air in there and getting air out. Yes, a little bit, but is it something as big as what you think it is? When you look at it like this, it really isn't. It's a very simple system that just helps people get everything in one package, and it is, again, just the neatest thing ever. So we are never actually like paid to talk like everything is cool, but when we see a really like fancy piece of stuff that we get to touch and talk about, like, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool thing. Now, the second thing that you're gonna wanna think about is up north, you always have to deal with the fact that like lines get wet, lines get cold, they crack, they break, and this is all an internal system, so how does it stay dry? So what happens is they actually have a system built into their CVT that allows it to keep the air clean, and it's automatic. It does it all on its own, so it actually purges humidity, it purges a lot of the water outside of the system, and ultimately what it allows it to do is keep it dry so you don't have to worry about something like that happening. It's actually pretty cool. You have everything built into the sides here on both sides, depending on how you want to build the system, how you want to integrate it inside your trunk, but ultimately it's really actually pretty simple. When you get the CVT system as well, you're also getting the power harness, you're getting the wiring harness, you're getting all of that stuff needed to actually hook it up, get it ready to roll, and get it running. So when you get the Accuair system like to your door, you just follow the instruction. And I know it's hard for some of you. It's hard for me. Instructions are difficult. But you don't want to mess it up on this, because this is one of those pieces of equipment, it's one of those modifications that does require a little bit more work to get it functioning now how you want. Now, one of the other things that you want to remember is with your sort of air suspension systems and how that whole thing works is that ultimately if you've got like a really front heavy car like a Lexus or something like that and you go to air out, a lot of times you'll see your front end dip way down before you see your rear end rear out. Now for like 90% of the population, nobody really cares about that, but for the 10% of the population that care about real wheels, real shoes, and real air suspension, it's actually a very cool trick. So they have it built in here where you can actually adjust that, where you can see the front, you can adjust to how fast the whole car is going to air out depending on if it's front heavy, center heavy like a Porsche, or even rear heavy like a Lamborghini or something like that, and it's overall pretty neat. The CVT system, the whole thing about it is actually very, very cool. They went so far as to even create like a simple mounting system that you can just put into your trunk, you lock it in, you're ready to go. Then if you need to dismount, you can disconnect, take it out, whatever you need to do. And the final thing is like you're looking at this and you're like, gosh, I was just one of those really cool kids that decided to pre-order the old system and now I want to get the new system. It's probably a huge pain to replace it. It's another rhetorical question. It's not. Actually, what you can do is you can replace this entire system with the new CVT, and what it allows you to do is get you the upgrade, see everything you need, and it's completely plug and play. So you don't have to worry about iPhone or anything like that happening with your charger when they switch it out on you, then you have to go buy a whole new wiring harness or something like that. You don't have to, because it's all going to be completely integrated with this tank. So you have everything that you need. Like what else you want? It's pretty simple. It's very, very easy to use, and it's actually pretty, like, it's not that, it's not that confusing. I had the guys at Accuair explain it to me for 20 minutes just to make sure I understood everything and made sure I knew the fancy words like oscillation and stuff like that. If you guys have questions on what this is and what this means, let us know in the comment section below. If you're interested in Accuair, check out fitmentindustries.com. We'll drop a link below. I'm Alex from Fitment Industries, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you later.